Hello and welcome to this video on how to create a model in Unwanted 3D Catch. In this video our project will be taken from start to finish. We will look at a number of topics including the best stand to place the object on, the amount of photographs required, creating the Catch project and uploading the photographs to the software. I will demonstrate how to navigate around the model, show how to manually stitch photographs that did not do so automatically. I'll also show you how to remove unwanted sections of the capture, and finally the exporting options for use in other software will be examined. The object that I'm going to use for this video is a triangular block of wood, as shown in the photograph on screen. It is a fairly simple object, which is good for showing how to use the basic tools of the software. I then placed the block on a stand. Depending on the size of the object, the size of the stand may affect the catch. I started off by using an ordinary desk, as shown in the background of this photograph. This had a fairly large tabletop. While it was okay for the low angle shots, in the high angle shots there were problems with stitching because the tabletop blocked out most of the detail on the floor and the walls that Unwanted 3D Catch uses to stitch the photographs together. To fix this, I made a stand with a smaller tabletop that doesn't block out the floor on the high angle shots. Once the block is placed, it should not be moved until after all the photographs have been taken. If the block is moved rather than the position of the camera, it confuses Unwanted 3D Catch, as every piece of detail in the photographs are used to stitch them together rather than just the object itself. For this project, I took about 25 photographs at a low angle and about 20 at a high angle. The number of photos that you take may vary depending on the size of the object that you are using. Autodesk recommend that no more than 70 photos be used. However, if you upload more than this, it still seems to work fine. We will now start Unwanted 3D Catch and make the 3D model of the wooden block. With the Get Started screen open, you have three options to choose from. Create New Capture is where a new project is made. Open an existing capture is used to open a project that was completed before. And Create an empty project just opens the program without any active project. As we are making a new model, we will click Create New Capture. You will need to sign in with your Autodesk account before you can select the photos for use in the capture. You will then be prompted with a box to select the photos you want to upload. So you pick the photos that you want to upload and then click Create Project. In the window that opens, you will be able to name the capture, type in tags, select the category that it is in, and give a description of the capture. These details are only so that if you want to share them online on the Unwanted 3D website, people can search for and download them. For this, I'm just going to name it wood block. I will put wood in the tags box. I'll put architecture in the category box. And I will put wood block in the description box. With this done, you have the option to wait while Unwanted 3D Catch is uploading and processing the photos, or you can click Email Me and let them email you when the process has been completed. Personally, I prefer to click wait because I like to see if the process is nearly finished or not. 123D Catch then uploads the photo to their servers, where the capture is created before being returned to your computer. Depending on the number of photos you have and the strength of your internet connection, this could take anything from 10 minutes to over half an hour. I will pause the video here and resume when the process is complete. As you can see, this model came out fairly good. I will firstly show you how to navigate around the model. To pan, press and hold the mouse scroll wheel and move the mouse around. You can also pan by pressing the button on the toolbar at the top of the screen and clicking it and dragging with the left mouse button. To orbit, you can press and hold the shift key and drag with the scroll wheel on the mouse. You can also use the orbit button on the toolbar at the top of the screen by clicking it and dragging with the left mouse button. To zoom, you can simply use the scroll wheel on the mouse, or you can use the option on the toolbar by clicking it and dragging the mouse in and out with the left mouse button pressed. Positioned all around the model are camera icons. These represent where photographs have been taken. In one area there are no icons visible. This is because some of the photos didn't stitch automatically. If we look at the thumbnails along the bottom of the screen, you can see that some of them are highlighted yellow and have a warning symbol on them. This is showing up because 123D Catch was unable to stitch them together with the rest of the photographs. So before we begin to remove any of the excess parts of the capture, we must firstly manually stitch these photographs. To do this, double click on the first highlighted photo. This brings up a new window with 3 photographs on it. The photograph on the left is the unstitched photo. The other 2 photographs will be used to stitch the unstitched photograph to the rest of the model. To stitch it, 4 common points must be found on the 2 other photos. If you can't find a point on the other photos, you can click the left and right arrows to find another one. It is also useful to note that all 4 points don't have to be matched on the same photo. So I'm going to begin picking points. For it to work correctly, the 3 points must turn green. When putting in some photographs, Catch may switch to different photos that it think may work better. However, this is just a suggestion and you can change it back at any time. When 4 points have been located, you can either submit the photo to be stitched, or you can continue on stitching the rest of the photos. It will be much quicker to match the points and submit all the pictures together at the same time. To move to the next photo, just click the left and right arrows beside the photo to be stitched and repeat the process. A useful feature is that you can use the same points already created in previous photographs. For example, we can see that point 1 can also be used in this photograph. Therefore you just click point 1 in one of the photos and click the corresponding area in the unstitched photograph. This is a good feature and it saves a lot of time. You do the same for the rest of the photographs. When points on all photographs have been found, a window will pop up asking to submit the photos to be stitched. Click the submit button and the photos will be uploaded again to the 123D servers and returned to your computer. I will pause the video once again here and resume when the model returns. The model has now been returned once again. We can see that the camera path matches the path that was taken when taking the photos. You can turn off the camera path by clicking the wrench icon on the toolbar and unselecting cameras. This allows the model to be seen more clearly. You can also turn on a two-sided surface, which allows you to see the underside of the model. The next thing to do is to remove any unwanted parts of the model, such as the tabletop. To do this, click the lasso selection on the toolbar and draw around the unwanted section. When it turns red, press delete to remove it. Do this until all unwanted parts are removed from the model. To use the model in another program, you can export it as an OBJ, which can be used in 123D Make. Alternatively, you can download an STL file from the My Corner section of 123D app when you sign in. It is possible to open the STL file in Inventor or SolidWorks. This concludes the video on how to create a 3D model in 123D Catch.